Hello YouTube, this is Chester from STEM APKs. Welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to continue where we left off in the last tutorial, and as you remember, in the last tutorial we installed and configured CUDA, but there's one thing I forgot to do in the last tutorial, and before I start the new one I gotta get back and do this. I did not set the batch RC profile, so we're gonna do that, and the way to do that is sudo nano home bash rc, and what we gotta do is open that file, and we gotta put CUDA in our path, and we just go to the end of the file, and you need to add these two lines right here. That's the CUDA path, and all you need to do is make sure that this you're pointing towards that directory right here to the binaries, and then just send it to the path and just export the LD library. This is very important. If you don't do that, nothing will work. Okay, and once you do that, just Control X out of it, save it, and then exit. Make sure you exit and open it again. That way the changes take effect. And now let's do OpenCV. The first thing we need to do is go into your OpenCV file, the directory that you downloaded from the main directory. And as you remember, if you've done my tutorials, if you remember the installation of OpenCV that we did together, we built this directory right here, the build directory. Okay, we need to get back inside there, cd build, because you need to do something else. If this is a fresh installation of OpenCV, then you're all set. You just follow everything that I'm gonna do right now. But if you did not add it CUDA to the original flags, we need to do that now. Okay, in the last tutorial we did this part right here, and now we're doing this. Okay, so we need to actually we did that also, so now we're here, so we got to do all this. Okay, so we're inside that directory, and these are the set of flags. If you remember from that the installation tutorial, we did all of those flags except this one right here. Now we're adding that flag, the -d with CUDA equals on. It has to be on for OpenCV to find the CUDA libraries in it. Okay, if not, nothing will work. Okay, so you need to enter this, just copy and paste. Remember these two dots here, they're there for a reason, so don't forget them. And you just go, if you do this, if this is a fresh installation, okay, and I didn't mean to hit, it's gonna throw an error because I didn't intend that. It's gonna throw a CMake error. But in your case, if it's a fresh installation, it's gonna start showing and it's gonna be no error here. And the thing here that you need to check, the most important thing is this right here. This is the new parts of this. This was not here before. Okay, you got the use CUDA, yes. Use OpenCL, yes. And of course the library, linear algebra libraries, and this is all this stuff that you get. Also, you need that. Okay, so that's the most important thing. And then everything else, once you do CMake with all the flags, right? If it's a fresh installation, if it's not a fresh installation, all you need is that let me do, if it's not a fresh installation, these are the flags that you're missing. Okay, that one right there. Okay, and once you do that, sudo make, and then hit install make, and it's gonna make everything. It's gonna take a while because it's the CUDA libraries take forever. It took about, I think, about an hour or two for just the CUDA libraries to be linked. Okay, and once it's done, sudo make, then you just do sudo make install, and then hit enter, and it's gonna do it. Okay, and I will put a copy of this in the I didn't do this, sudo make and sudo make install, so you remember. And I'll keep a copy of this in the description in the video. Okay, once you do that, then you're all set. So you get out. Now it's all built, everything is 100%. So now you get out of the build directory and you get out. And let me clear this so it's no confusion. And now you're out here. So now we need to test to make sure that OpenCV and CUDA are both working, and they're working nice together. So we need to get into that directory, cd samples, and as you can see, I'm using the 2.4.10. I'm not using the OpenCV 3 because I wanted to, I'm working on a project and I needed some C code and some of the old Python code, so that's why I'm using this one. But in your case, you might be using the OpenCV 3 beta. Is either one. As long as you have the GPU file in it, that's all you need. Okay, so now you're gonna go inside the GPU file, ls, and now this is the important thing here. We need to change the CMake list text file, this one right here. We need to change it because if you do this on your computer, and text, txt, if you open that file, you will get this file. You will get this file. This is the one that comes in by default from the OpenCV and the library. This is too much right now. It's overkill for what we're trying to do. I want to do something simpler, so I'm just going to show you to do one at a time, one project at a time, and then you can keep a copy of this if you want to use this later. You have it in there. So the way I do that, all you need to do, instead of doing a backup, you can do a backup also, but this is the easiest way, I think. All you need to do is move CMake list text, because you're going to change the name of that file and you're going to call it, I'm going to call it CMake list original. Okay, so it's gonna take the old file CMake list text and put it in and save it under this name, and it's gonna get rid of that one. Okay, we're gonna make a new one now. I'll show you how to do that. So you hit enter. I'm not gonna hit enter because if I hit enter I'm gonna delete it, but in your case you hit enter, and now after you hit enter, then you open it again and you are going to do it with only these 5 lines of code. That's all you need, and it does the things that we need to do at this time for this particular moment. Okay, so all you need to do is let know the CMake version 2.8, the project name, the OpenCV required, that is, you need that in there, the name of the executable, and the source file that you're going to execute. Okay, and then what are you linking? You're linking this project with these OpenCV libraries. Okay, so that's all you need. You do the same thing that I'm doing right here, and of course when you do a different project, you just change the name here, change the name here, change the name here to whatever you're working on, and change the name here. But you can use the same template over and over again. It's an easy way to just do it, and you have the other file in there saved in case you need it. Okay, so just Control X. So now you have this file, and then you have your original file, so in case you need it later. Okay, so now you have both, and now we're ready to go. So we're going to do CMake, and the configuration was done, the generation was done, and the files got built. Now make, and now it was made, and now just run it. And this is a C++ file, so we need to do the ./code, and it's gonna throw an error, but I want it to throw an error so I can show you something. It's gonna show you the usage of how to use it. Okay, so this is very important. It's the name of the executable and then the commands that you need. Okay, there's a whole lot of them, but I'm just gonna show you to make sure it works. I'm just gonna use one of these. Let's use that one, and just do the same thing we did before, but now we're going to add an image, and the purpose is just to test. I just want to show you how it works, and then you can play with it and do whatever your application is asking for. Okay, and then the camera ID is the image, camera, and then the camera ID, which the camera ID, if you only have one camera, is by default is 0. Sometimes you have 2, 3 cameras, so it will go 0, 1, 2. So it depends. So, but I only have one hook right now. So all you need is 0, and you hit enter, and you're gonna see my my face here. Okay, and as you can see right now it's running. But if I go here, you can change to grayscale, and the GPU is running, as you can see right here, and it's going about 37, 38, 39 frames per second. But as you can see, you can change it here, and we can change it to from GPU to CPU, and you're gonna see the difference. Look how it slows down. Now you see a delay. It went from 38, 39 frames per second to about 6 frames per second, and then you can switch it back from GPU mode, from CPU mode back to GPU mode, and just by hitting M, and as you can see, it goes to 38, 39 frames per second again. Okay, but you can play around with this. You can change. This is the hog descriptor. You can, as you can see, the box here. You can see it when I move around, like sometimes you see it come up, you see it there, and that's what it does. And you can play with it. You can change the settings here. You can do whatever you want. You can look at the code. You can always look at the code going back into the OpenCV samples here and open it up and see what they've done if you don't want to look at the one that you're using, and you can play with it. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with it, but it's a good one to test, to make sure the algorithms are working, that OpenCV is working, and CUDA is working. But this is the end of the tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please click the like box and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time with some other fun tutorials. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.